If your organization hosts events, I'm talking nonprofit fundraisers, I'm talking corporate education events, I'm talking leadership training, anything that brings people together in one place at one time, when you've got that captive audience, are you creating video content ahead of time to entertain, engage, and inspire them in the room? Whether you are or are not, stick around and check this out. So hopefully you watched my video about pre-event marketing content and the idea of creating videos to drive attendees and RSVPs to your event. So the RSVPs are rolling in, attendance numbers look good. What are you going to do once you have that captive audience?
We're going to do.
We recommend pre-producing videos to really drive and inspire action at your event. So there's a lot of great reasons to play video content for that captive audience that you have at your event in the room. And some of them might surprise you. The first thing is, we all know that if you just have speaker after speaker after speaker after speaker, that is an incredibly difficult format to make exciting, right? Even if your speakers are dynamic, the audience is anticipating, right? What's coming next? And that is going to lead to boredom, which is going to lead to a lack of attention and lack of connection to your organization or to the call to action you're trying to strive for.
You're boring.
Videos can break up that event experience, keeping your audience engaged with key messages throughout the course of the event. My favorite strategy for deploying video content at an event is to create multiple pieces that are designed to be part of the event flow, right? So maybe it's opening speaker that brings up a video, followed by a speaker that brings up a video, maybe some sort of presentation, to just really break up the flow of the event and ensure engagement, right? The second reason to make videos for your event is to control for duration. We've all been to that fundraiser, to that party, to that event where somebody gets a hold of this microphone and they don't put it down. There's nothing worse or more uncomfortable, right? You can't do what the Oscars do and kick people off stage when they go too long.
And sir, you're doing a great job, but you're so quick with that stick, so why don't you sit? Because I may never be here again.
And there's nothing more uncomfortable than having this donor, right? Let's say you're a nonprofit, this donor that got all this, raised all this money for you, right? And then what are you going to do? Tell them to get off stage, right? When they go on for 10, 20 minutes and just suck the energy out of the room. There's just nothing you can do. Well, there is something you can do. It's video content. So two things that happen when you do this. One, I think it's a great way to truly say thank you to somebody who's, let's say, fundraised or gone above and beyond for your organization with a video, right? It's a keepsake. It's something that's a leave behind. It's also something that the process of it is fun. But then the other part is that we then in post-production can really control the duration of this video, right? So now that 10, 20, 30 minute just run on sentence of a speech becomes a nice 4-minute punctuated moment in your event that helps to continue to deliver the message, keep the energy in the room, right? And help you achieve your goals. And the third reason to use video at your event is the reason you should use video anywhere, right? Video is probably, if not the best tool, right, to tell a story. You can control for emotion, you can control for pace, you can really engage and entertain people, move them to a call to action, and ultimately reach your goals, right? What I think is particularly interesting about that in an event space is the same reason that there's a different experience watching a movie in the theaters than on your couch. The laughs become infectious.
I know what you did. You're a damn terrorist. All right.
As well as the emotional heartstring moments.
Heading into is incredible.
My favorite thing is when you're sitting in the back of the room and watching a video that we've spent 2 months, 6 months working on producing for this event. And then you hear the laughs you were trying to get, right? And then you even hear some of the ones you didn't expect.
I did not see that coming.
And they're usually infectious. The rest of the room joins in. And I think that it's a way to amplify the experience that you have in the event. And I think that's a value of video that shouldn't be understated. So the fourth reason to deploy video content for your event is to streamline the communication and focus on interaction. This is really a talking point that I think would target more to the corporate space, right? So while nonprofits are trying to pull on heartstrings, get emotion, you're building on that momentum and energy in a room, on the corporate space, right, you have different goals and objectives. You're trying to deploy a message, right, and get buy-in quickly. So for example, Air Consulting launched their new service, which was Air-On, right? They had an event to launch it. They were bringing clients there. Instead of having their CEO just speak at the front of the room, we created a 2-minute film that demonstrated how it worked. In the event space now, Air can move from here's what this is to answering questions and interactivity with their audience, right? Get right into a Q&A. So the video kind of expedites that experience. You take another example with a lot of organizations that we work with that do internal corporate training, right? You're hosting maybe monthly or quarterly meetings where you're going through certain talking points and educating that to your team. Opening that meeting with video content that both generates excitement and sets the mood and tone for what's going on, again, allows your trainers to skip the beginning steps, right? Of what is this? Why are we here? What are we doing? And in a very condensed way, accomplish that so they can get into the meat and potatoes, right? Get into the explanation of what they want to talk about, get into, again, a Q&A and get that interactivity, which of course is going to foster a better experience, a better learning experience for the people you're trying to connect with. So I think that that's something else that video does really well. It kind of ties back into condensing messaging, right? Deploying it in an effective way, and then allowing you to get to the point and the interaction that you want. And the fifth reason to create content for your event is that it can be evergreen and continue to deliver a return on investment into the future. We strive when we're working with clients to make sure that the content that we're creating can carry that notion, be evergreen, right? It's something that you can play at the event. It works for that evening. It's a great launch video, but then it can also go on your website. It can go in the communications after the event to engage the attendees and maybe the people that didn't attend. It's something that can live on and on in the future. One of my favorite stories with the Philly Friendship Circle was we had 3 videos deployed as part of their event. They ultimately exceeded their goal of in-the-room donations. 6 months later, they put that video back online to promote a 5K and raised another $20,000, right? That video is continuing to produce for them over and over and over again and can be deployed in a lot of different ways, not to mention down the line, recutting that footage right into short form content and different derivatives. But the main idea here is that when your event's over, it's over. That experience becomes a memory, but video content that you deployed for that event is something you can leverage over and over again. And that is really going to support the argument for a return on investment and a reason to create that content. So top 5 reasons to produce video content for your event. Number 1, keeps your event from being stale and boring. Number 2, allows you to control for the duration and timing your event to make sure it doesn't get boring. Number 3, allows you to really storytell in a way that's going to engage your audience at a different level and pull on heartstrings. Number 4, it streamlines communication so you can get to the point faster. And number 5, gives you a better return on investment because it allows you to continue to leverage that content over and over and over again, even after your event is over. If you like this video, you know what to do. If you want to see more of these videos, just subscribe, and then you don't even have to, wait for our emails and stuff, and you just get them. If you have any ideas or comments or things that we maybe didn't cover about the values that you've seen from video content like this, please comment below, email us, send a carrier pigeon. We are all ears. Thank you so much for your time. See you next time, or I will see you on another time.